Hello again, instructors. Bobby Wright here. In today's lab, students are going to be looking at forces in 2 dimensions. For the very first part of the lab, they will use a force probe hooked up to Logger Pro software to measure the weight in newtons of a mass. They will launch the software called Force Probe Forces Part 1. As it initializes, it will ask you to connect to the force probe. Just click Connect. You can see that initially the sensor is not zeroed out. It is picking up the weight of its own bed. We will hit the 0 button to the left of the Collect button. This will initialize the sensor to 0. And we can then measure the weight of the mass. Students will be asked to change the angle of this force probe and see how the measurement changes. You can see the weight decreasing as I change the angle. This enforces the idea that scales do not actually measure the weight, but rather the normal force. In the second part of the lab, students will use the force table, pulleys, and mass hangers to form a static set of vectors such that when the center pin is pulled, the ring remains stationary. Students will use the legs of the force table to make sure that it's level. Watch the bubble on the top and get it to match the black ring around it. If you're using one of the new force tables without a bubble on the center, please use the levels at the front of the room to ensure that the force table is level on both axes. Students will place frictionless pulleys at various angles to sum up forces in 2 dimensions.